Hello, everybody. Hi, Unlimited Wisdom family. I love you and I appreciate you. Hi, Scott, Mary, Lisa Marie, Dustin, Shelley, Star, Kathleen, or what I call Charlie, Melody, Coach Bob, Deborah, and Matthew, Sandy, and the hostess with the mostest, Craig Jackman, along with my lovely wife, Terry. So I got a couple of questions. I can talk about a subject that Craig shared with me, or or we could actually open it up and just basically talk about any kind of subject that you guys want to talk about. So I know there's a lot of people right now that they're super excited about AI Upline, and a lot of people are doing a bunch of stuff with that. So, Coach Bob, AI
Of course,
Upline.
first one right there, AI upline. Yes.
Yeah, because you guys always know I'm here for you guys. I want to talk about what you guys want to do. So if we're going to talk about AI Upline, let me just share some stuff with you guys, and I'm sure Matt's got some stuff to say. But it's ridiculous how fast we're growing, and on top of that, the feedback that we're getting back from people is pretty amazing. And I remember one time that Matt and I were going back and forth because we've been talking about how fast it's gonna grow. And one of the things that I remember is, I'm sure Matt sent me the video, was about Jeff Bezos. And he said, listen, Jeff Bezos goes, everyone keeps talking about AI is going to be like the internet when the internet came out. And of course, Bill Gates, whether you like him or not, he said two things are going to happen. There's going to be companies that are going to be using AI, I mean internet, and then companies that are just not going to be in business anymore. And when Jeff Bezos came out, I thought it was really interesting because Jeff Bezos says it is not like the internet, it's like electricity. And he's saying, so, you finally see someone that gets it, and then all of a sudden it's like how this company is going to go from nothing to something is going to be pretty crazy because we made a big deal out of I think it was 2 months where Chat GPT went to 100 million users in 2 months. So it's this constant thing that we keep seeing all the time where it takes companies years and years and years and years and years to get to 100 million users. And then it's 2 months. But the stuff that Matt's playing with right now and Coach Bob is playing with, when OpenClaw and some of these new platforms came out, it took them like 2 days to hit 100 million users. So it's like right now, the biggest thing is people are now leaving Chat GPT to go to this other AI because Matt sent me some articles as well about, there's people that have already created multi-billion dollar deals, multi-billion dollar deals. And because of what's happened in the last week, they've walked away from those deals. Can you imagine just, NVIDIA and all these companies and Disney and all of them, just basically people are going like, listen, yeah, now that this launched, we're our deal's done. We'll see you in court if you want to come after us, but we don't even think you're going to exist in a week. So go ahead and come after. And so the thing I want to share with you guys, hi, Linda, hi, Scott, as another Scott, Mary. The thing I want to share with all you guys is there's going to be always the three groups of people, right? I just think that you get to choose and you get to decide what group you're in. And get this, once you make the decision, you can choose again if you want. So we always know what the biggest group of people are going to be is they don't know what's going on right now and they still don't have internet service. They don't even have internet service. So, it's like there's a group of people out there, just like the large group of people that don't vote. A lot of you may or may not know this, but there's a larger group of people that are eligible to vote in the United States that don't vote than both parties combined together. Do you guys find that really, really weird? So you got 70-70 and then 170. It's like, but the whole point being is that then you got this other group that they're aware of it, but they're just not going to move very fast. So we all know these people, whether it's with the internet or the smartphone, it's people that are willing to fight it and they watch how everything's changing and they just don't want anything to do with it. So even though Matt and I and a lot of you have all talked about how people sort of will say they don't like it, it is pretty interesting when you say to them, hey, listen, do you know what the number one reason why people don't succeed with online businesses, network marketing, affiliate marketing, online entrepreneurship? And when I say this, they know I'm talking to them. I go, well, the reason that a lot of people have difficulty is because the first thought that they have, which is a little bit of overthinking, is I don't know what to say. See, people don't really look for someone to talk to because they don't know what to say. They're like, I don't, what would I say? I don't know what to say. What if they ask questions? I don't know how to handle those questions. The reason I did so well is because my upline was there for me. My upline said, listen, here's the way we're going to talk to people. Who do you know? A lot of you have heard the little story of, him bringing up to me who I could give a call to. He talked to him on the phone, invited him down. It's like, this is all stuff that my mentor did to me to get me a check, to get me a result so that he could build my confidence and my belief. And then I went out and just destroyed everyone. Once I got my first $10,000 check, and I got a color copy of it, it was like everyone is in trouble. But what do you do to get people there, right? And then you got people like Matt that are so early adapters. They're watching what happens. So as it happens, they're on it. So I keep reaching out to people about AI Upline, and I have not received one person that said, I think this is stupid. I don't want anything to do with it. And me and Craig right now had a funny one because Craig and I know people together because he was corporate and we knew people together. And I made a funny with Craig because Craig goes, listen, do you know this? Remember Melvin? I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I know him. I've done some work for him, and he said, do you believe that I should talk to Melvin? And he goes, what would you say to him? And my first thing was, I go, I bet if you went to AI Upline and say, I got this person I know named Melvin, do you think that I should approach him? Well, we already know what AI Upline is going to say, right? And then you could describe Melvin and say, what would you say to Melvin, including his age? And he's going to say, what do you... Craig, as we're talking, I never thought about this. You could say to Melvin when you reach out to him, hey, listen, I wasn't sure if or should I approach you. And then I didn't know if I knew the right way to approach you. So I asked AI Upline if I should and what to say. And this is what this is what he said.
Sounds like a plan. Let's
Yeah,
make
it's
use
like,
of it.
can you imagine saying to people, hey, listen, I'm reaching out to you because AI Upline said this is what I should say to you. It's like, well, what? Who? So thank you, Greg. I'm so proud of you. So that again, if you keep it simple, and the whole concept again is you again, you not feeling like you can do this, right? So we know all the people out there know that AI is approaching fast, and it's like, listen, we need to use AI to make sure that everyone that's part of this family and part of this group doesn't get left behind. Because what happened for me is the largest group of people that I know in the world are in network marketing and affiliate marketing. And because I was in a competitive company, I had nothing to talk to them about. Did you guys catch that? It's like I know all these people. I literally, no bullshit, know hundreds of thousands of people by personal contact. They know who I am. I know who they are. And now I have a way to talk to anybody. So, so thank you, Bob, for bringing that up. So we can either, Matt, you got any comments you want to make?
Yeah, I mean, this is you're sharing a bunch of stuff that I'd probably just share myself too. It's just like I've been telling the community here is like AI is just such a like I met with this company earlier and they're a massive company. Like they work with Nvidia and Walmart and all of them. And it's like they're in the process right now of going, if we don't, and they're hiring me to fix things, but they're like, if we don't get an AI person in here stat, we're gonna like lose our entire business.
Wow.
And it's like it's interesting because they already have 8 people in R&D with AI and they still are looking at me and going, "Hey." And so like I think in general it goes back to the same thing that I've been saying for a while, which is if you're not using AI as part of your workflow or part of how you communicate or how you do things, you're like I don't know. I would just say at this point it's like a disservice, right? Like I think a lot of people, whether it comes to writing or whether it comes to anything, um, they almost feel like they're giving up a piece of their humanity by like utilizing AI. Like I even heard that's an objection some people have. They're like, but I want to have like authentic conversations. So like what why would I use AI upline, right? It's like were you going to have those conversations if AI upline wasn't there to help you, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then two,
Like, right.
what how do you start an authentic conversation without a starter? Right? And so
That's
like tools
right.
exist to help you do these things now that didn't before. It's like the internet. It's like YouTube, right? It's like if I was going to build something or change a bike tire on a specific bike, the first thing that comes to my mind is to go onto YouTube and watch it. It's like
Yeah.
a while ago that didn't exist. AI is now that solution. So it's like the more that you can utilize it in different areas of your life, like, when I cook steaks, I don't Google the temperature, even though I should remember what it is for medium rare. But it's like I don't remember it, and so I just real quick, boom, ask my AI. I get the temperatures within a second, and it's exactly the information I need. So it's like I use it for everything. So it being part of AI upline is just like an extension of that. It's like a purpose trained version of it. Josh was even asking me, it's like, how does this work? Right. Believe it or not, every single time you guys chat with it, I'm like injecting prompts into it before you have those conversations. And that's not the easiest thing in the world to do, to get it to listen and then respond the way that you want. But it will get easier and it will get better. I don't know how many of you guys know this. AI Upline now has memory,
Oh, wow.
right? So if you tell it, I want to make $5,000 a month, it will remember that in your
Wow.
future conversations. You can name it now. So, like, that's all in the settings, by the way, but you can name it. So then it will remember its name. All right. And so the more you start utilizing this stuff, not as a replacement, like a lot of people are trying to do, but use it as a tool, as a collaborator for what you want to accomplish, you will see a 10 times increase in your productivity. Like
Wow.
and it's exciting, right? It's like if I
Right.
wanted to cook more often, I would ask it based off of how much I work and all these things and what I want to make, what recipes would work. I wouldn't go Google or like ask around for people and say, what do you think I should? I wouldn't buy a cookbook. I wouldn't do any of the shit that used to be the route you would go. And I think like that should be everything, you
Yeah.
know?
I was thinking, Matt, I've seen some of these shows, and people will probably remember this, but I've seen some shows where the person, like maybe the first thought was dating, so
Mm-hmm.
say a person just has a real difficulty trying to figure out how to do what to say during dating, so then you get this guy and he puts an earpiece in the dude, and then he walks into you
Yeah.
know,
Well,
walks into a hotel bar and he's like, "Hey, see that person over there? Do this, do this."
Hmm.
And it's like it's us just always overthinking
Yeah.
and not trusting our abilities. But if you had somebody in your ear that would be like, well, this is the question that you ask. Because how many movie clips is there out there of a guy approaching or a girl approaching someone they don't know and they just start like lock up, you know what I mean? Or say something
Yeah, I remember being a teenager. That's how I
so,
would feel.
yeah, just so stupid. And so yeah, I think that it's really, really cool. So thanks, Matt. Anything else?
Yeah, no,
Congratulations,
it's
by the
just,
way.
yeah, of course. It's just remembering that, like, if you allow it, it can not only supercharge the things that you're doing, but it can also give you a level of confidence that you didn't have before in what you can accomplish.
Right.
And I think like that's the biggest thing for me that I would share is it's like the more I get engaged with the tools, the more that I use the tools, the more and AI, the more confidence I get in what I can accomplish. And so my dreams and goals have drastically grown
Oh yeah.
because now I'm going, listen, I love a certain level of income, but there's things I want to accomplish. So now that needs to be 100,000 a month, 1 million a month, and higher, right? So
Well,
you just
it's
keep
like the
expanding your
it's the
imagination.
yeah, it's the whole thing. It's so funny since AI upline got generated. It's funny how mentally in my mind I know exactly how many paid subscribers I need to generate whatever money. It's funny how fast my mind goes. Whatever I'm involved in, this is how many, paid members I need, and then I go crazy. And what I think is really cool about AI upline is just the curiosity factor. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? The curiosity factor of people like, okay, what is this exactly? You know? And me and Josh were goofing around because we know so many people. So it's like, hey, I just thought you should create an account and take a look at this, watch this overview video, because I think I have an appointment and I mentioned the name of the person that I'm talking to on Wednesday, which is their upline. And it's like, it's like, listen, do you want to hear about this from me, or do you want to hear about this from, the top people in the company, and then
Yeah.
eventually you're going to hear it from the owners of the company. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's
it's like really like AI Upline is built to be either scale, vertically or horizontally in a company. So like the crazy thing about it is the tool itself could be horizontal and all the reps are using it to the point that the leaders in the company go, shit, we need to use this or implement it. Or it
yeah,
could be vertically, right? Like one leader grabs it and then before you know it, the whole entire company is using it, right? And so that's kind of the benefits of it too, is that the more people are using it, the smarter it's going to become, the better. And I always say, it's like my saying for, I even said this on the meeting earlier, is AI is like and this is scary because it's kind of Terminator like, but AI is like shooting a rifle. It's like every single bullet you're missing, you're going a little bit more to the right, a little bit more to the left. The difference is it takes so much time, energy, and skill to hit the bullseye consistently as a human. The moment AI starts hitting the bullseye, it never misses the bullseye.
Wow.
And so because that's the case, it's like, wow, this really works. It's the best at the duplication shit I've ever seen. So
Wow.
it's like,
it's a laser beam.
right. So imagine a leader in a company like Immunitech getting, 30% more closes, 30% more people in. It becomes super easy then for all the rest of the leaders to go, well, how do you know that? And it's like, well, I can see it in the stats on my
Right.
page and the leaders, my team. I can see in general and also in my volume. How long will that go on over the summer and over the fall before we have everybody? Like, it's not going to be long.
And Melody of course said she loves the badges. Well, of course she loves the badges. She's eating them up like crazy.
Yeah, well, the gamification part is true to my heart. You know what I mean? Like it's another aspect, and that's why I feel like I'm gifted to do this stuff. Is like nobody told me to gamify any of AI Upline. That's something that I went, oh, this needs this. You know what I mean? The leaderboard would not exist. So, and especially
Yeah,
the way that it works.
but you've been sharing this with me since 2000.
Yeah, I said if a MLM showed up that actually built a half decent back office and gamified it with their reps and allowed people to actually look at what their reps were doing instead of just looking at their volume, that they would be the biggest network marketing company on planet Earth.
Yeah.
And so 10 years, 15 years go by, and then it's like, I might as well just make it myself. Nobody else is doing it. And that was before AI, you know, it's like AI just supercharges it. So
Congratulations, Melody. I'm super, super proud of you. That is so amazing.
thank you, Melody, too.
Yeah, and then you got Deborah Grady up there. She's in third, and Mary's fourth, and Sandy's fifth, and Faith is sixth. It's like Lisa Marie is eighth. It's like why is it that all our team is kicking everybody's ass? I mean, that makes me feel like
Well,
a proud
I'm starting to,
that
I'm
makes me
starting
feel
to,
like a proud dad. It's like
yeah.
we were sort of setting this up before we jumped in it, and everyone's just crushing it.
Yeah, just imagine it's like and it's like the way that ideas work in general. It's a bunch of different things all come together, and it's like, wow. So watching you guys over the last few months with school go, hey, I don't want to lose my flame. Well, obviously we need to have a streak flame in AI Upline, and one exists, right? So if you don't log in and do anything for 24 hours, you lose your streak.
Wow.
But it will let you know that you're about to lose your streak. So it's like, be consistent now, get online. The keeping the streak up is also achievement based. There's some achievements where you have to have like 14 days in a row that you do shit. And if you break that, then you won't get that achievement like ever, you know?
Very
So,
cool. Anybody have any
All right.
questions?
Yeah,
yeah, I'll take questions.
if you guys do have questions, our usual AUA instructions, go ahead, put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see all these faces. On the bottom, one is raise hand. Click on that raise hand button. We'll call on you in the order in which we receive you, or type it in the chat. I know that, and Matt, you kind of answered it in the chat, but I'm going to go ahead and just bring it up to make sure that everybody sees this. Sandy Baker said, I keep getting the same questions for the battle. The objection battle. What will that happen until I get a 10 out of 10?
So different difficulties should have different ones, but I think in total there's like 80 in there.
80 questions.
Now some of them are specifically company oriented. I do have it like swapping and switching through them, but the feature that will exist very soon, like this week, will be you being able to put your own custom objections in and battle against them, which I think will take the whole entire thing to another level, because I think basically what's happening is I'm taking your objection, injecting it into the AI, and coming up with what a good 20 responses would be based off of an objection that you came up with. So it could be like your grandma saying, I'm just too old for this. It's like, that might not be an objection that people would get commonly, but it's one that maybe you get, right? Can you have 2 AI accounts? Yeah, you can. I mean, you can make as many accounts as you want. The problem with that is the gamification stuff is built in a way, and the team stuff is built in a way where you'll want one account, because if you have multiple accounts, yes, you can do more for free, but none of it's going to matter, because you're going to just have like a bunch of different accounts that are hitting the max. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you
Maybe,
won't be able to
maybe
maintain the leaderboard either.
Linda, when you brought that question up, are you an individual that, is actually currently working, more than one company?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
that's
Linda.
I could see that being another
Yeah.
situation.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hi.
Linda.
Yeah. Okay. I've always been with Avon. All
Mhm.
right.
You've been
Okay.
with them forever, right?
Yeah, I was with them when I first came to NBC.
Got it.
That's how I met Jinky. So, I've been with them for a while, and had to get out of my mindset, and still working on my mindset. But I was asking for that purpose is because I'm with Avon. How I have a different email address for
Mm-hmm.
Avon,
Got
and
it.
I have a different email address for Immunotech. So I have some ideals. I have some things running through my head. I just didn't. I I just need to know how to take off and run with it and
Mm-hmm.
just go. I just want to fly right now. I want to use. I see AI it being so much, and Matt has done a wonderful job. And I didn't
Thank you.
post what AI told me to post. So when I came back today, I was like, Mary, I miss a streak there somewhere. I missed a day, and it said, "Oh, welcome back. We miss you." It just makes you feel so
Yeah.
comfort. We
Well,
miss
that
you.
stuff's
I was like,
important to me.
"Oh,
Like, I want it
it's
to
a
feel like a collaborator in your mission to
yeah,
accomplish what you want. So
yeah."
to answer your question, you actually, what's so great about you guys asking questions is like it gives me the opportunity to spawn new features. So like one of the things that immediately came to my mind, Linda, is allowing someone to pick 2 or 3 companies and then switch between them as an option.
Well, guess what, Matt? I'm 69. I'll be
Hmm.
69 in about 2 more months, right? I can only do two. No more. I need to work on Immunotech and Avon.
So
Those
we'll start at 2 because I agree. I'm 34 and I wouldn't want to do 3.
I
So
don't want.
the people that are doing 3 or 4 network marketing companies, that's hardcore.
That's too
But
much. Yeah.
yeah. I don't have the time. So what I can do is work on a new feature that allows you to pick 2 companies, and then it would just be a button where you'd say, I want everything to be around Avon or I want everything to be around Immunotech. And all you'd have to do is click the button and then all the AI stuff would switch. All that technology already exists. We've just locked it down to one company. So it shouldn't be that hard for me to implement it.
So right now, I'm just going to focus on
But we don't have
Immunotech.
Avon yet as well.
Yeah.
So once we have
Okay.
Avon,
Yeah. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to put anything else or try to open up one under Avon. But I was just wondering, because I'm getting so many things here, and I need to get them out of here and let them fly and see what happens. So I'll just stick with Immunitech and get used to working with the AI with the Immunitech, and I'm loving it. It made me feel so warm inside. We miss you. I was like, oh, I miss you too. Okay,
like I wish
thank
my
you.
upline would do that. Tell me that they missed me when I
I
didn't
know,
Yeah,
right?
show
no
Oh,
up.
I miss
kidding.
you. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the
Yeah,
question,
instead
Linda.
of
I'm going to
instead
work
of
on
miss
something.
you, it's like I've noticed you haven't done your order from the for the month yet, loser.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Linda. Great question. Sandy, we're going to get back to you in just a minute, okay? Because I did have a question pop up from Coach Bob, and he said, with AI Upline, can you join multiple companies? In a sense, that's the same kind of question, but I think it's slightly different.
Yeah, so we initially had the ability to swap companies, and because of the way the system works, I'm injecting a lot of information and prompts into it as you're communicating. That's how it searches for memory. That's how it knows its name. That's how it knows whether to be energetic or anything like that. So that's the way the system works. So it's really not that hard to swap companies. The problem is with all the rest of the features, right? So the AI coach, easy to do. Swapping the leaderboard, income calculator, company pages, all of that stuff on a button click. It's easy to do, but if you sit there and spam it a bunch, each one of those is like a server query that keeps going and going and going. So the solution really is to add the ability to do 2, like Linda was talking about, or what we could do, and I'll talk to Josh about both of these because Linda gave me a great idea, but actually having the ability to add more companies for like an extra fee is another thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if I'm working 3 companies for an extra $5,
Yep.
one time or a month, depending on how much Josh wants to do it. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's a great idea. So That's just another option, and I want you guys to be able to use it as much as humanly possible. All right, like burn through my API credits. Make it do to me what I'm doing to Anthropic when I'm making this stuff. So,
All right, Coach Bob. Very good.
and Coach
Thank
Bob,
you.
I know we'll have to talk later, but were you able to figure out the issue that
Oh
you were
no,
having?
no, I couldn't.
Okay, we'll figure
It
it out.
crashed and it spun off, and oh God, I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay,
But
okay.
but
Just send me a
let me
voice
get a
message.
couple more things in since I'm
Sure.
sorry, Sandy. Is that all right?
No, it's okay with me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just love this thing. I think you know,
Sandy's like, I'm a legend member. Excuse me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
You sure give away a lot for free, Matt. Are you going to cut that back? I mean,
Yes.
Yep.
someone could. Do
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Okay.
So I'm doing a few things. We're in beta, so there's a lot of bugs that are still being worked on. We also want people to see what it's like, but eventually what it's going to become, and this might upset some people, is just a trial into a paid membership.
Right.
Like that's
Yep.
that's the way that most systems work.
Yep.
Running it for free and allowing you to talk to an AI as much as you want. I wish I had OpenAI's money. I don't. So I can't
Right.
subsidize everybody for free, but right now in beta, I'm the one subsidizing you guys, which means anyone that's a free member on here, I'm paying for your communications with AI, right? Every single message you send costs me money. But I'm subsidizing you guys because I believe in the product, and I believe if you use it enough, you'll see the value, right? Some people see the value super early and they're like, I'm hopping into this. And some people are like, I need a little more convincing. The thing is I agree with you, Coach Bob, and this is the number one issue me and Josh probably talk about is, wow, did we make this so easy to use and so free that nobody really wants to upgrade, right? Like for the average person, are they gonna
Like you're
talk
saying
to?
that you're saying the free version is so good.
Yeah,
Right.
the daily
Now
the
it
daily
is.
coach and the scripts reset every single day, so you can use the coach or the check-in as much as you want to on free, and you're allowed to have what do I says a day. So it's
Wow.
like if a person is communicating with 20 people, 5 might not be enough, but the average person is probably not connecting with more than 5 people a day.
Right. No doubt.
So it's like right now they're at their spot where they're like, I don't really need more. And the thing is, up until we had the 24-hour trial, you couldn't even look at the premium features like the objection battler, the income calculator, which is directly connected to your AI. So like when you set income goals in the income calculator, the future of the system will remind you that that's what you're going after and what you need to accomplish that in the comp plan. So those are specific tools that are premium only, but I absolutely, we will have to make some changes on free, because if I told you guys how many free members we've gotten, like we've probably gotten 7 since I've been sitting here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
And each one of those people is running up numbers every day.
Yeah.
So
What
the
is
more we
what
start to
what is the
scale,
total number we have now?
I think like we're getting close to 500.
Holy
Like
pretty
cow.
we've really just soft launched it, right? Like I think once we have more companies, the big ones too, I think it'll be also pretty crazy. So I can tell you guys
And
the stats
I
right now.
love what Mary and Sandy and Melody said too. It's like the people that go from the free version to the paid version is like, I don't even know how there's so much more in there, and again, I'm not trying to sell you on it. I just know that it's awesome.
Well, just
So,
wait and see what I'm doing and working on with the content creator. You guys will not need to use another thing to make images and videos and posts out there once I'm finished. It will utilize your company stuff. You can put yourself in the photos or put yourself in the videos holding the Immunical products or doing whatever. We're really going to push it to like the limits of what is possible with that AI stuff, and that will be a premium feature. So I think the content creator alone, the other aspects of it, the unlimited chats and stuff, because when you are a premium member, you can chat as much as you want on anything. right? So, Chat GPT has limits on $20 a month,
Right. Yeah.
and some of you have hit them,
Me.
and that's without all of the other features, right? That's without all the comp plan stuff, everything else. So,
Well, it'd be nice to just have that free level, but then have it, you only can use a certain amount of credits a month. So then
mm-hmm.
you get them hooked on the drug, right?
Yep.
And then they gotta buy it, So
The credit stuff. There's a few other plays that I'm working on. One of them is when that content creator comes out, making it have the ability for anyone to use it, but going to a credit system and then giving leaders a certain amount of credits, and then so I could see it becoming not just a place to communicate with AI, but the main source where people generate content to share it too.
yeah,
So
I mean, if you can keep them in there, you know what I mean? As long as,
yes.
keep them in
Yeah.
there, you got them,
Yeah.
Totally
yeah.
agree.
So yeah, the in general, like the system is really, really built to. Sorry, Ezra's jumping around here. The system's really, really built to get to know you, and I think that's another massive aspect of it, right? Like once you start utilizing the leader tools and you start getting the name and getting all the stuff, and it starts to get to know you and things like that, then you're going to get to the point where it's going to become a little indispensable in your business. And the thing is if you're thinking $50 a month is a lot, how many people would you have to bring in to make $50 a month?
Yeah.
Right? It's like the tool, my goal is for none of you guys to have to pay for it, because you'll either have 3 people that are paying for it that are under you in your downline, which means you get it for free, or you'll be making so much money from your compensation plan that you won't think twice about it. It'll be like part of your daily way that you work with your MLM, right? So that's the goal.
Bob, I can't see what you closed the month out with. Just a total different deal, but you're like 101 customers when I looked this morning.
Yeah,
Man.
it's awesome. Yeah, and the CBD stuff, I'll tell you guys, keep pushing that. People are looking for that. They love HempWorks. I'm telling you,
That is cool.
it's crazy. Yep.
Yeah,
But
and like I firmly believe too that that stuff's gonna get better too with Immunotech. That's one of the things Josh wants to work on, is the HempWorks promotion stuff and how it knows that. It already knows a bunch of that stuff, but that is one area that it could improve on. So
yeah, this is awesome, Matt. I think you're doing a great job, and I can kind of tell in there this is your wording, or you have stuff to do with it. Just I get that
well, it's
feeling
interesting.
that,
You can't. Yeah, it's like
I mean, I can feel it.
when Stephen King wrote as like Richard Bachman for a while, which was a pseudonym. He wrote a few novels that way, and it took people about 1.5 novels to go, "You're Stephen King, actually, right?" It's like, yes. It's like when people go look at AI MCA and then they go look at AI Upline, they go, "Hey, these are probably made by the same guy." Yes, they were.
Yeah.
So I got my style and the way that I like to do things. So.
Oh, I know.
Like I said, a lot of onboarders, a lot of wizards. I like the wizards.
And I do like the points and stuff, because I mean that's what all those companies do, right? They reward people for doing well, and that was a great touch in there, Matt.
Well, one of the main things I want to do with the points is allow them not to be banked forever, but be redeemable for things. So like one of the end goals with the content creator and a few other things too is if you can generate points by getting referrals, you can generate points by doing this. And so some people that are free members will still be able to do things by getting free members in or sharing a post. You've seen this stuff before, right? It's like,
oh yeah,
if you subscribe to our
T-shirts, whatever.
YouTube channel or whatever, we'll give you 15 points, and then you can redeem the 15 points for a t-shirt. Yeah, that type of stuff I would love to do, because I think it incentivizes people not only to share, but it also rewards them.
This sounds like a Lisa Marie question, but I think the first time we talked about AI Upline, I think she said, "So when's the merch available?"
Yeah. Yeah, the merch stuff would be fun. Like, I think the cool thing about it is like the sky's the limit, right? If we bring in, it's like unlimited wisdom, but on like crack in a sense. It's like I think by summer, because my dad and Josh and a lot of the other people we're starting to work with are crazy, I think that there will be like 8, 9,000, 10,000 people in
Oh
this by
yeah.
summer. And
Oh,
since that's
easy.
going to be
Yeah.
the case, it's like you can really imagine how big it would be on the internet, how many people we could,
Yeah, it's
make a
interesting
shirt,
because the
get
people
people,
that
we could
I'm
do events for AI Upline. There's
yeah,
all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy stuff we can do.
I'm now really focused on, and I guess I do this all the time, but why not focus on sharing it with a person that has the largest influence? You know what I mean? So one of the individuals that I'm have a meeting with next week is the guy that actually owns business from home. Like
Yeah.
how many people do you think he's got that have been paid members over the years? So it's and then I seen Melody before we go to Sandy. I seen Melody said, one of the companies that need to be added is Unlimited Wisdom.
Yeah, that's funny because it's like almost, I brought certain companies up to Josh and he's like, they're really not MLM enough, and
Oh, got
and
it.
and I think like that's the thing is like when you think of a platform like AI Upline, it's to service a specific problem. The one thing that I love doing now in my career is like finding a specific problem, creating a tool for that niche problem, and then making it as easy to use as possible, right? And I think that's really like my golden point where I like. And so if there was going to be something like that for Unlimited Wisdom, it would be school specific. It would be built around the tools that school uses. It would be built around those elements, right? And I think that's easier to do than to add Unlimited Wisdom to it, because then adding Unlimited Wisdom means, we don't even have a binary or anything like that. We don't
Yeah.
have multi-level. It's just
Yeah,
an
it's just
affiliate program. So it's like, listen, dude, share your link. It's
yeah,
like, but what
yeah,
about motivating my team? No, just share your link. Like, what do you mean?
yeah. Well, one of the hardest things about, even though Unlimited Wisdom is a community, it really is funny for me because a majority of people don't understand community. They really don't. They're not part of a community. They don't understand the reasons to being part of one or creating one. So now what they do is they look at Unlimited Wisdom as training. And so now when they look at training, they're like, well, I already know everything. So you guys have heard me bring this up many times. That's like people don't want to be trained. It's like they go in there and they click on daily wisdom and they see a couple of 100 hours of videos and
You
they
know what?
just go,
It just dawned on me, Dad. It's like people don't want to be trained; they want to be helped.
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
And so the cool thing about AI Upline is it's a collaborative, helpful tool to accomplish what you want in network marketing. Instead of saying you need to
that's a
go through all these
good
training videos,
buzz.
instead of
Would you
going through all of
rather
it.
would you rather be helped or trained?
Nine
That
times, I've 10 out of 10 people are going to say helped.
Yeah.
No one likes to be trained.
no.
No, I don't either.
Well,
Like
let's get to
I
Sandy. You
train
done,
myself by doing
Bob?
it.
Let's get to Sandy.
Yeah, yeah. So sorry, Sandy. Thanks so much, guys. Love and
Thanks.
appreciate you. You
Thank
guys
you,
got a
Bob.
great product.
It's like
All right.
once Coach Bob had Sandy on the back burner, he I'm
Yep. Oh, Sandy, look
Get
at, did you
off
see
of
that?
him! My God!
Oh,
I'm on your
wow.
side, Bob.
All right, Coach Bob, thank you so very much. And then just FYI, there's a couple of other questions posed here by Melody and Star Lucas. So just
right after Sandy.
right after
Sandy
I'm
first.
just
Yeah.
letting you guys know. But yes, Sandy, I am opening you up right now. You can go ahead and unmute
Cracking
yourself
you like an egg.
Are you
and
sure?
go ahead
Are you
and share.
sure?
How's that?
Okay. I think it's 3 questions, but
Okay.
Whoa. Oh, man.
I know, right?
Oh,
But
she
ready.
just went over
they're-
her quota like Bob did.
They're super quick ones. So, what you suggest for me for my energy healing, if I go and do another upline, I would use the generic form for that one, correct? Because it's
Yeah.
not technically an MLM, but I can use my
Mhm.
generic form for that. Just a
Yep.
second, sorry. Dave, will you get the girls off the bus, please? Thank you. All right. It's I know it's time for them to get off the bus.
Right.
So yes for that one. Second one is that you couldn't do unlimited wisdom, because it's not an MLM, but I did put that in my variant. So if I use that and ask questions under the one I got now, would that confuse it at all?
No, I don't think it would. Not at all. Like the way that it basically works is if there's any area that it might, you would know about it because in the settings you can see all of the memories it's saving based off your chats. If there's something in there that it's remembering that you don't want it to remember, you just delete it. Or
Okay,
you can
so
add stuff in there. So if you're like, I want you to remember I'm in unlimited wisdom, here's the link for unlimited wisdom, it will remember that as well. So
I did put the link for unlimited wisdom under variants, and I have the HempWorks one in there too, so I can just copy and share, copy and share.
Yep.
So that would be good just to do that one for my energy healing one. Also, I wouldn't necessarily have to have a whole new one.
No,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sandy, can you explain, just allow me to ask you a couple of questions about your energy?
Yeah,
Is that, is part of your energy work and stuff, is that part of a network marketing company?
it is not. It's me by myself.
Oh, it's you by yourself. Cool,
Love that.
cool, cool. I love that. Yep.
Love it.
All right, those are my questions. That was all.
Thank you, Sandy. And
Thank you.
always feel free to reach out to me too. Like you have a direct line to me.
Okay.
So if you're like, hey, Matt, I want to do unlimited wisdom and I hit a snag with the energy healing stuff in there, let me know. I like you enough. I'd even build you a custom tool for it. So like,
All right.
so
Thank you.
thank you, Sandy.
Yeah, it's not only so cool to have people that are in our community be the first people to become legends, but also on the top of the board. So you guys just let us know what we can do for you and how we can help you. I can guarantee you that you're going to see me post that line that Matt just came up with. Question: would you rather be trained or helped? Because that's powerful. That's powerful. Because I've said that to a lot of people all the time. You want to think, you see Ezra there, 9 months old, as you help Ezra balance and walk, you got a hold of the top of his hands while he's got a hold of your fingers. You know what I mean? And you're teaching them to do that. And that's what people, because they don't believe in themselves and their ability just to trust their heart with their instincts to do things. That's why you see a lot of people will really won't bring people in. I mean, I know that if I talk to Sandy about this, she could probably explain it better than me. So when she gets involved in anything of the modalities that have to do with energy work, it's like, yeah, you can go to a person and even go to class to get certified, but then you have to apply it and trust in yourself to get gooder. There's no way that you can get gooder. And you get really, really good is when you have 100% belief and confidence in what you're doing. And I know a lot of people in that field. And it's funny because you can talk to somebody and they go, well, there's the person that says, listen, set a time for me so I can do Reiki on you. See, that's what they say. Oh, why didn't you call me? Pick a time so I can do Reiki on you. And then there's other people that go, have you ever heard of Reiki? See, those are two different people. One is asking me if I know anything about it. The other one's telling me to set a time and do what I tell them. The confidence level between them is like.
And if you tell me you want help with something, I have to know exactly what it is you want help on because I have to know exactly where it is to put the energy to. And you do not have to be with me. You do not have to be on a Zoom. You just tell me and I'll say, okay, I can work on it between this hour and this hour. And I just do this and I roll the dice. No, I don't roll the dice. But yeah.
I put a picture. I need a picture of you so I can make a small doll. And
No. I have my doll. I just use this.
Hey,
That.
so some of you see me on Master's Mind, and then you see this part of me where I talk to Sandy, and you're going like, I just want to know about everything that exists.
Stuff. Love it.
I'm not going to allow somebody that doesn't know anything to tell me to shut my mind off about stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous. And just to spend a little time in this, Andy, because you and I go back on the God side too, is that, I read that whole chapter, that Craig knows very well about that they just wouldn't allow the Pharisees. I mean, the Pharisees wouldn't allow the Jews to leave. They were slaves, right? And so when you hear about all the things like all of a sudden there was frogs raining everywhere,
Hmm.
and you heard that all the water that was there turned to blood. Do you know that the Pharisee wouldn't let the Jews go because he wasn't impressed with those tricks?
Well,
Because the Egyptians at that time was going like, you take a stick, you turn it into a snake. Big deal. I got guys that can do that.
I laugh at everybody because everybody else says, "Oh, you do that stuff, you do that stuff." Yeah, I do that stuff, but you know what? You do that stuff too. Because when you pray, you're manifesting. What do? I just do it to the universe, you do it to God. It's the same damn thing.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
And
sorry, my daughter's calling.
no,
No
Uh,
problem.
All right. Great, Sandy. Thank you so very much. Let's go ahead and move on. Um,
you had some
now,
questions, Craig?
yeah, Melody, Matt, you answered the Melody question about using unlimited wisdom.
And I can
So,
also answer the question that Melody had earlier outside of chat because I just fixed it. So you used to
okay.
only get emails when people upgraded as referrals. This was because I wanted to save on emails, right? I don't care
Again,
anymore,
that goes back to the money and the use, right?
right?
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. So now you will get an email every time you referred somebody and if they upgrade. So
Cool.
Fantastic. What about in general? Because that is the thing that Star Lucas is asking. Daily emails from AI,
so
things
they
like that.
should, the AI
Unless they're
upline
specific.
emails, yes, the AI upline emails should be going out more. I actually hit like a limit and had to upgrade it. So that was why what happened to Star was basically we hit our 10,000 email limit like within 24 hours. And then I had to go upgrade it to 100,000. And I'll now probably have to go upgrade it to 1,000,000. So, and that's
Wow.
per month, 1,000,000 emails per month. Well, think about it. Somebody refers 20 people and 8 of them upgrade. How many emails is that? So,
Yeah.
Quite a few. Okay.
So already 500 members, man. That's crazy. Way to go, Matt.
Yeah.
way to go, us. Thank you, everybody.
And then I know Lisa, you answered it in the chat, but I just want to make sure since we're on the we're on the video and the chat does not go over to the replay. Lisa Marie said, "Can I pay with 2 cards for the legend status?"
Yes, you can. And I'm going to set that up for her. Like PayPal has this ability, and I can do it too, where you set up a specific cart that allows you to put in 2 cards and then put a percentage and split between the cards. Another thing that I'll talk to Josh about is adding like Klarna and Affirm to Legend.
Sure. Yep.
So you can pay multiple payments with like 0 APR, just a little bit of APR too. So that's definitely something we can do because we use Stripe as our payment processor. So it's pretty easy to implement. I just have to get the okay from Josh because he is part owner. So he's on a plane to Florida right now. So
All right. Wow.
Charlie, have a great day.
Thank you all so very much. I don't think I don't see any other questions in the chat, and no one else has raised their hands. So I think we can call it a day today for the Daily Wisdom. What an incredible Daily Wisdom. Ask us anything style. So, wow, Matt, thank you so very much. We definitely,
Well,
definitely appreciate
when I
you.
see mainly everyone in the Daily Wisdom are our family. You know what I mean? I just feel like we can talk about family stuff, and I want all of you to hear this. If you feel as part of the family when you jump on here that you'd rather talk about something else, let me know. I still want you guys to understand that if there's a certain subject that you would like me to talk about, I'm here for you. I'm totally here for you. So I'm here to help you, not train you. I'm joking. I'm here to do
All
both.
right. Thank you so much, Robert, for that. Big shout outs to Sandy Baker, Linda Collins, Coach Bob Johnson, Melody Ribas, Star Lucas, Lisa Marie Cook for participating in today's Daily Wisdom AI Upline Q&A. Whew, that's a mouthful. So love and appreciate each and every one of you. And, please watch the replay because there was a lot shared here. And I think you're going to get a lot out of this replay. So, and I mean, if I may, on behalf of both Matt and Robert and Terry, all three of them, thank you guys so much for being here, for being part of the AI Upline experience, for being part of Unlimited Wisdom. We love and appreciate all of you. And all of this helps to make it better for all of us. So thank you all again. Until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long. Have a magnificent Monday.
Bye, everybody. Tuesday.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so
Bye.
much. Hey, great job,
Thank
Matt.
you.
Bye. Make it a great
Bye,
day.
Lisa
Appreciate it.
Marie,
Love
Shelley
you.
Star,
Everybody.
Linda. Love
Love
you,
you,
Linda.
everyone.
You guys are
Melody,
awesome.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye,
Dustin,
guys.
Michael, Angela,
Bye,
Coach
everybody.
Bob,
Blessings.
Coach Bob, Coach Bob. Uh, Craig Jackman, the hostess with the mostest. Hope I said Dustin. Did I say Dustin? I said Dustin. All right. Bye.
Everybody.
Love